Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Talise. Today, I'm so excited to have with me Corlin Wall. Corlin, thank you so much for being here with me today. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Excellent, thank you. So, Corlin, can you start by just giving us a little bit of your background, your journey of how you got to where you are today?
Yes. So, I don't even know where to start, but when I was a kid, like really young, like at 4, my parents divorced, and then life happens, right? So we all go through these changes in life. So I went through parents divorce, parents remarrying, parents divorcing, multiple things like that, and moving and um, my big tragic story, I guess, of my life. I was raped, but then moving schools and doing all the, just all these things that life throws at you. I was married and divorced, and just all the stuff that you would think would just bring a person down. But some of it is just life's um, situations. Um, I was very fortunate with my parents, my mom and my dad. They were very opposite. So my dad gave me this super strong foundation, faith based, and he was the rock of the family. My mom gave me this really free spirited view of life. So I feel very blessed to have had such extreme viewpoints growing up. Um, and I think that really defined me as a person in the sense of with all the stuff that I had going on, it didn't matter because I got to choose which direction I wanted to go. And I was always very blessed to know that I don't have to be a victim of the circumstances, and I got to choose. And so having my rock foundation definitely made a huge influence on me personally. Um, and then as life continues and changing high schools and moving on and having to make new friends, and like I said, me getting married and divorced and then moving again, and changing careers, all that, it was all a blessing to me because I learned at a very young age that I got to choose what path I wanted to take. So, with that being said, where I am at professionally now as a life coach, I get to share that information with others and help them make their choices and give them the gift to know that they don't have to be a victim. And they do get to choose, and they can create a new life if they want to. So I just get so inspired. I could go on forever on this. Sorry.
Oh, no, this is great. This is great. So at 4, there was the divorce of your parents. And then how old were you when the rape happened?
I was 16,
16.
and yes, I actually ended up pregnant. So I chose at 16 to have an abortion, which was very tragic for my family because one family side didn't want that at all. The other one totally supported me. Um, and it wasn't an easy decision to make, but it was a choice. And I've learned to become at peace with that whole situation. And this might sound really crazy for a lot of people, but I've learned to actually love that it happened and it had its purpose in my life. And I'm grateful for that.
Yes, I mean, that it's a lot to go through as a well, as anybody, but even I feel like as a younger person to go through those things, but you never realize what you're going through and how it will shape your life. Some for good, some not for good, but it depends on how you handle it, how you manage it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what you wanna make out of it, and if the tragedy or trauma that you're going through can turn out to be something that involves your purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. So I lost my grandmother, my mother, and my sister all through cancer. And it's so strange, but all 6 years apart. It's really strange to me.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, but absolutely horrible, enough that it could have, like, took me out, completely, because it was a lot, and, but instead of that happening and falling into a depression, it changed my life, and it made me realize that I need to live. I need to live,
Mm,
and I need to find something I enjoy and enjoy my life that I was blessed with. So, I see how what you went through and how you're a life coach today. Amazing.
yes. Yeah. I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. We might not actually know it, but we can find it out. If we really want to do the work on ourselves, we can see why things happen. It's not easy by any means. Sometimes, especially in the moment, it's like, why on earth am I having to go through whatever, right? And in the moment, it could be the worst day of your life, but give it some time, reflect back, and we can see the actual benefits and how it's serving us and those around us.
Wow, that's so true. The worst day, because it at that point in time, it does feel like this is the worst thing that could possibly happen to me today. And but we don't necessarily realize how it could change us for the better because we're
Right.
in it, and it probably
Yes.
hurts really bad. And it's like that question, why me? Why am I going through this?
Right.
That answer could be because there is something good that's gonna happen to you in the future. Something
Right. Yes.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not an accident that it's happening, right? So um I think as long as we learn from it, some people just fall, unfortunately, they fall victim to those incidences or those traumas, and they just can't get past it. Um, and there's no reason for that. I know that that's really hard for somebody probably to hear that's in that mode. Like when you were really depressed, you didn't want to hear, oh, police, you're going to be fine. Well, no, because you're not fine in the moment. But let's work through it. Find somebody to help you work through it. It's hard to do it yourself.
Yes. That's the piece that's so important. You need the support. You have to
Yes.
have the support. You can't do it alone. And even if you don't have I'm a full believer on therapy. I just am. I feel like it helps. It's good for you. You get tools that you may not be able to just go to a friend, to get. So I'm a firm believer in that. And then, but if you, not everybody would like to do therapy. So you do need kind of that community piece, so even just people that may have gone through what you're going through, so you can see that
Hmm.
there is a way out. There is another
Right.
side to
Or
it.
even just somebody that's not connected to it, totally out of the situation, they're going to have a whole different perspective, maybe a little bit clearer head to help guide you through it.
Yes, that is so true and so
Yeah.
helpful. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us like how you got into life coaching.
Well, I was, for as long as I can remember as an adult, I was a self help junkie. My shelves are still full of all kinds of self help books. Um, but when I met my current husband, we've been married almost 20 years. So he was also a self help junkie, I guess, but a very solid spiritual individual, and we just connect like there was no tomorrow. Um, he's a chiropractor by trade, and so I ended up working with him. We had our own practice and we worked together. We were together 24/7 and loved every minute of it. Um, but he had to do a lot of continuing education. So we were always going to chiropractic seminars and anything related to natural health. Well, that really fed my soul because the chiropractic philosophy is so much about healing yourself, right? Naturally. And the body is this amazing um, gift that we're given that I just lost my train of thought. But chiropractic is the philosophy is just so we already have what we need to heal. And so by learning a lot of that philosophy, I got to dive deeper. Well, then we met other chiropractors and other people who taught amazing seminars and whatnot. So I kept diving in, and I'm like, you know what? Every day when I'm at our clinic, I'm talking to our patients and I'm assisting in their healing just by talking, just by being there. Because when they go in and they got their adjustment, there might not be, I don't know, sometimes patients don't want to tell their doctor everything, but they'll tell the wife everything, right? So I became a sounding board for a lot of our patients. Although my husband was very open to all of that and he would totally talk to people, but it just became a thing. And I thought, I'm actually helping these people in addition to their chiropractic adjustment. So every once in a while, we'd have a patient who wanted just a little more help. And I was like, okay, well, I've got time. Let's go sit down in another room and just talk. So it just kind of naturally happened that I would start coaching people. I mean, I didn't look at it like that at the time, right? And then I thought, okay, now the business had to come on. Okay, I should probably monetize this a little.
Yes.
But I'm helping all these people too, and it just such a natural thing to do because I have just been flooding myself with information and helping myself heal and just people that I knew. So then it just evolved, and I started helping our chiropractic patients and getting clients that way. And then we sold our practice, and I jumped into coaching full time at that point. So here we are today.
Please, wow, what an amazing story. And isn't it something how you and your husband connected through that way, like almost through the personal development and self-growth, how you
Yes.
all have that in common? That's really that's an
Yeah.
amazing connection.
We were odd because we met on January 1st and we were engaged on March 12th. So 2.5 months after we met. And we've been married, it'll be 20 years in January. So it's yeah, it was somebody else had their hand in that, I'll say.
Right? When you know, you know.
Yep.
I love that. That's so sweet. So, what are some challenges? I can imagine life coaching is an amazing career, amazing business to have because you are helping so many people and you can see that over, the results. But what are some challenges that may come along with that or that you've had to deal with over the years?
You know, I think this is God or the universe's way of helping us help ourselves too, is that when somebody comes to me with certain challenges, sometimes I end up with those challenges or a form of the same kind of challenge. And it's like, okay, well, now I get to go through something and help myself because I'm helping them. It's almost like a mirror. There's a reflection sometimes. Not always, but every once in a great while, there'll be a challenge like that comes up. Um, and probably the biggest thing is creating a um, not a separation, but just making sure that I don't take on all of their heavy weight and emotions. There is necessary to keep that separation and keep that boundary, because it's so easy to get sucked in, and just the empathy and the compassion and just all of that, you want to sit there and suffer with them, right? But bring them through it. So that's probably one of my biggest challenge, because I just get so emotionally involved and connected, which is also a great thing, right? I want to be that for my clients, but I also have to be able to not get too connected. It
Wow.
can drain you.
That is something to think about because most clients are probably coming with some type of issue or problem that they're trying to get resolved. And if you're hearing that day after day after day, that probably can be um, a little hard to deal with or maybe draining. Yeah,
It can be, but it's just so rewarding to take them through that, right? And to um, see them transform and transition into what they truly, who they truly are, and what they truly want to do. Because it's there, it's just something's blocking them and in the moment. And to remember that is very powerful.
absolutely. Because once you find that block and you get rid of it, oh my goodness,
Mm-hmm.
it's all good from
Yes.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I did
You
it,
actually
I made
see
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. People's faces literally change when they let that stress go, or that trauma or whatever, like their physical body, it changes a little.
Yes, because when you have that trauma and you're holding on to it, it's hard to get where you wanna get in life when you have that block. And sometimes we don't even know what it is until we're talking
Right.
about it and trying to do something that we wanna do, but we just can't because of that particular
Mm-hmm.
issue or that block. And then once that kinda goes away or you figure out what it is and now you can start moving forward, it's just game on.
Yes. It's like the light switch goes on.
Yes, like, "Oh, that's what I need or didn't
Right?
need." Right.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, that was easy. Why
Yeah,
did I hang on to that for so long?
right. So you probably deal with mindset a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like, goodness, mindset is so huge. It's so important that we have it's not easy, and I feel like it's something that we have to work on every single day, but you have we have to be able to get into that positive mindset in order to do what the things we need to do. What are some things you do to keep your mindset at a positive level?
Yes. So I'm going to offer just a little tidbit on um, going just positive, right? So I try not to just think of just positive, because that'll bring you into an elated state sometimes, and it's not necessarily reality, right? It's kind of like when you meet somebody for the first time and you really connect with them, and they're the greatest person on earth, and you're super excited to be in some type of a relationship, platonic or not, right? But if you really connect, you get infatuated with them and you want to know everything about them. The thing that can get in our way sometimes is then we're not authentic with ourselves, because we're so infatuated with this other person. We want to do what they're doing or be who they are, right? So, and that just happens with any type of situation. And so rather than just getting the positive outlook, what I like to do is really sit with it, however you can, whether it's just in the moment or actually processing it deeper, but to balance the situation, neither positive or negative, right? Because there's always going to be both. We just show up sometimes and we only see one side or the other. So even in a negative moment, I don't want to just look at the positive, but I want to know all all that can happen with this negative stuff. So I'm prepared, but also see that all the positive is happening at the same time. I'm just not necessarily seeing it. So my um, my recommendation and what I do is really try to balance out my emotions, because the emotions are feedback, um, to let us know we're out of balance one way or the other, right? So if there's no emotion involved, we're usually in a really good spot and we're just balanced, and we can make a clearer judgment on whatever's going on.
I like that, the way you look at that, and then it caught my ear too, emotions, because emotions can play a huge role in how we react or act in
Mm-hmm.
situations. I it could be hard though
Oh,
to
it's
take the
definitely not an
emotions
easy thing
out.
to do.
Yeah, what
It's so much easier just
Mhm.
to feel the emotion, have, whether it's grief or happy or sad, whatever the emotion is. We haven't been taught how to separate from that. It's very rare to find people that actually know, okay, I'm feeling this emotion. It's because I'm out of balance somehow. And it's not good or bad. It's just I'm not in a um, I'm just not in a balanced state. You know, our whole world, our whole body, our whole being should be in homeostasis, which is balance. And the emotions come in to show us that something, either we need to address it, we need to own it, we need to process it. Um, I mean, there's a purpose for it. It's feedback. So if we teach ourselves how to actually process it, then we don't have such big spikes in our emotions, right? You, I'm sure you've met somebody, and maybe you are, Talise, like a real even keel, nothing really affects me kind of person. That's because they're in check. They understand.
I'm the opposite. Complete opposite. Ugh, my emotions are just like I'm I'm probably too emotional, a lot of the times, and it's something that I know I need to work on because you can't lead with emotions, right?
Right.
Emotions can't play a bigger part than anything else. So,
Right. Yeah. When we're in a complete state of love and gratitude, then you understand everything is doing its purpose, right? And so then there isn't a positive or negative side to anything. And I think that's what our soul is intended to be. Um, I don't think we can be at that state all the time because life happens and we are human. Um, but when something does happen, there are tools to process and to get back to that balanced state in a quicker manner, rather than waiting days or months or years. Even, some people hang on to that stuff for decades, and then their emotions become habits, right? And so they just live in this, and eventually it becomes their personality, and they just, this is who I am. Some people are like, I'm just angry all the time, or I'm just whatever. Well, no, that's not really who you are. That's just the personality that you've taken on. Um, but you can get back to who you actually are and let all that go.
wow, that's really good. Especially, I like the habit because habits don't have to be good all the time. They could be bad habits that we pick up along the
Mm-hmm.
way. And those
Right.
are the ones we need to change and break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
just one tool that you could share that could help in breaking those habits or shaping or dealing with the emotional in a better way?
Yes. As just a simple way to start is, one, being aware, right? To actually realize, okay, my emotions have changed or something has come on and I'm feeling, acknowledging that you're having a feeling, and that's okay. Feel it, and let it go through you, right? Rather than just holding on to it and stewing on it and letting it just boil, or if it's the opposite side, just being elated all the time. Um, just be aware that you are an emotion of some sort. The awareness is the key. Once you start doing that and you start doing that on a regular basis, um, just it simmers them down, right? Instead of you being way up here in your emotions, you're like, okay, I see I'm overreacting right now. Okay, next question, why am I overreacting? Or why am I feeling this way? Um, the more you practice with the awareness, asking yourself why, um, it'll become easier for one. And then the next step would be, okay, what are the benefits as to why I'm feeling this way at the moment? Or what are the drawbacks? Why am I feeling this way? What's it going to do? Like, and when you start having that type of conversation with yourself, it becomes more automatic too. You're like, oh, I'm so not in a good place right now. Why? Well, I'm overworked. I'm frustrated. I'm okay. Let's go take a walk. Right. So you come up with a solution a lot quicker. That's probably the simplest thing to start with.
That's really good, and like you said, it's simple to start with.
Yeah.
Awareness and why, and then what do I need to do to help this situation? That's really
Right.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, and it'll get
Then
better
it
and
becomes a
better.
habit.
Yeah, a
It
good
becomes part of
habit,
your personality.
right? Yes. I like that. That's very helpful. Thank you. Thank
You're welcome.
So I know you're super busy because you have your business. You also are a WeSo's chapter leader.
Yes.
Yes. So what do you do for self-care? What do you do just to take care of yourself to make sure that you're staying okay?
Yes. Um, as you can tell, I'm standing. Probably you can tell I'm moving around a lot. That is huge for me. Otherwise, my behind's in that chair. And so I do use my standing desk a lot. I walk every morning. So when I first get up, I have a dog whom I adore. And if my husband is awake, he comes with us. We have a lot of property. So we walk for, I don't know, like 15 minutes or something first thing in the morning. And I do try to do that 3 times a day. So I'll do it first thing in the morning, a midday break, and then like a early evening or late afternoon time, just to keep the activity. Um, my husband is amazing and he's my sounding board, so I decompress on him a lot.
Yes.
Yes, without him, I don't know what would go on in my head sometimes. Being a coach, you think I could handle it all, but no, I need help too.
Absolutely.
Um, so yes, I do that. Um, I do try to eat well and drink lots of water and get other activities in. And I have a quitting time, so I do work a lot. And because I have a job, I have my business and the WeSo's chapter. So I do make myself stop probably no later than 6 o'clock, just because I need that time. I cherish the time with my husband, and we get that quality time together, and that feeds me and my soul.
That is so good. So good. I love that. But a job, you have your actual job
An actual
and
job, yes.
have your wonderful business, and you
Yes.
have the amazing WeSo's because you're a
Yes.
chapter leader.
Yes.
Busy, busy, busy. That's a lot.
Sometimes it can get a little overwhelming, but I practice what I preach.
Mhm.
I let my emotions come and go. Yes.
But it's good because it's what you're doing what you want to do. And I think that makes a big
Mhm.
difference too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being inspired with what I do. And I actually really enjoy my job. So that is very helpful.
That is extremely helpful.
Yes,
You
yeah.
enjoy it, you
So
don't mind doing it.
right, yes, and I dedicate a certain amount of time to that, and I have a dedicated time to WISOs and uh, my chapter, and I also help out with other chapters, and then I have dedicated time to my business. So um, structure is helpful.
Yes, yes. That's amazing. I love that. Yeah, I feel like as long as you're doing what you enjoy, you can just do it, but like you said,
Yes.
there's an end time. So at this time, I'm done, and now it's family time or, whatever
Mhm.
else you wanna do. So,
Yeah. The more you can balance out all areas of your life, the more fulfilled you're going to feel and the
mm,
more inspired you're going to be. And if there's an area where you're not inspired and you get to do the other things that are inspiring, it helps you push through what you're not really feeling.
you
that
know,
one thing that you have to do, but you don't really want to.
that is so true because when I at my job, I worked in a field that didn't match my personality, but
Mm,
prior to that, I worked in human resources. So during my regular job, I would find different things to do within the company that would feed my soul, and it
hmm.
was funny, it always took me back to human resources or working with people. So and
Yes.
that kept me going. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, when we are inspired, we can go hours upon hours and actually
yes,
feel energized rather than drained.
absolutely. Wow,
Yeah.
good. That's good. It has been so wonderful talking with you today. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, you as well. This has
thank
been fun.
you. This was so good. So, do you tell everybody, how they could reach you, find you as a coach, and get into maybe some of your programs?
Yes, I'd love to. I'll be candid. I'm redoing my website, but it is coralandwall.com. And so that's one way. I also am on Facebook. Relationships Transformed is the business name on Facebook. Um, and then Coral and Wall, of course, on Facebook. I also have Instagram and LinkedIn. LinkedIn's probably going to be the most informative about my business. Um, and then I have, my email, coralandwall13.com. And yeah, just reach out, message me, call me, email me, send me a mail, send a pigeon if you want. I'm
Right.
here.
Well, I thank you so much, and I appreciate you for being on and sharing all the good information that you did. I know it's going to help someone. It sure helped me. So I just want you to know I appreciate you. And any last thoughts you have before we end it?
Oh, well, I thank you actually for this time because it's been fun. Enjoyed talking with you, and my last little tidbit is just to reiterate, keeping ourselves balanced. My word for the year and probably my life is balance. Just we've got so many things coming at us all the time. We want balance in all life, work, personal, relationship, everything. The more balanced we can be and the more inspired we can be, the richer our life.
Yes, that sounds awesome. Great way to end our conversation. Thank you, and thanks for watching
Thank you
another
so much.
episode. You are most welcome. Conversations with Talise. Have a great day, everyone.